Hey everybody, welcome to The Dose. My name is Brian. You know, hate is a really strong word, and a word that all of us should avoid at all costs. But in very rare circumstances, the word hate can be useful. For example, I hate Lima Beans. I'm not afraid to say it, I hate Lima Beans. And when I was a child, my mother used to make me choke down my Lima Beans because when I was growing up, you ate everything on your plate or you didn't get up from the table because there were starving children in Africa and waste not, want not, and all that, right? I'm from the South. You're going to eat them Lima Beans, kid. That's the, Well, when I was younger, what would happen is Mom would serve up the chicken and the beans and the whatever else, and I would eat everything on the plate except the Lima Beans. And by the time I got to the Lima Beans, they were cold and they were sticky. And if I thought they were nasty before, now they're really nasty. And I gotta choke these things down one by one. And I remember gagging and carrying on and making just the drama, and oh my God. But I would sit there for hours if necessary until they were all gone. So what's the moral of the story? Well, I figured something out as a kid. I figured out, and it took me a long time. I mean, it took me years to figure this out. But I figured out that if Mom put Lima Beans on the plate with the rest of the meal, if I ate them super quick, and I ate them first while they were hot, while they were warm, while the butter was still on them, whatever the case is, if I could slurp them down real quick, and I swallowed them whole because I can't chew them. Ugh, to this day, I can't. Ooh, no. I'm a grown man now, by the way. I don't have to eat Lima Beans anymore if I don't want to, right? But when I was a kid, I used to eat them whole and swallow them down, and I got them all down. I eat them all up first. I mean, like as fast as I could. And then guess what? Now I don't have to worry about Lima Beans anymore. Now I could chill and eat my chicken and eat my rice and eat my beans and then, have conversation with family. And when dinner was over, I was done like everybody else, and I got to get up and I got to have a little dessert and I got to go into the living room and watch a little TV. Because see, I was done with my meal. Because I learned to eat the Lima Beans first. I didn't enjoy them. I just still didn't want to eat them, but I knew they had to be eaten. So I made the decision to eat them first. So guys, here's the moral of the story. All of us have things in our lives that we prefer not to be doing. All of us have things in our lives that we don't particularly enjoy. All of us have tasks or duties or necessities in our life that we're not crazy about. But if you eat your Lima Beans first, you can enjoy everything else. Said another way, it's called delayed gratification, which we as Americans are particularly horrible at. We're horrible at delayed gratification. We want it now. We want it fast. We want it instantaneous. I mean, you look at people who literally are behind on their mortgages but have no problem, going out to dinner and spending $120 on a Friday night. And you scratch your head going, well, the answer is because they don't, they want dinner. They go get it. Right? It doesn't, Delayed gratification is another way of saying eat your Lima Beans first. If there's things you should do, do them first. And then you can do the things you want to do and have all day to do it. But if you do the things you want to do first, here's what happens. The things you should do get put off until they're either critical or harmful or they don't get done at all, and then they stockpile, right? And they build up into a huge, huge problem. And that's how people get very, very behind financially. That's how people get very, very behind in their businesses. That's how people lose track of their relationships. That's how people get, in bad places with their habits. It's because they do what they want to do now. And they never get around to doing the things that they have to do or that they should do. So do the things that you need to do right now. Eat those Lima Beans first. And then you'll have all the rest of your day to do whatever it is you want to do. And if you look at it from a broader perspective, if you do the things you should do or that you need to do now, you'll have the rest of your life to enjoy the time that you have. Instead of doing all the things you want to do now, and then having to spend the rest of your life choking down cold, nasty Lima Beans one at a time, right? And that may come in the form of still working when you're 60, or in the form of living where you don't want to live because you didn't have enough money, because you didn't prepare, or being alone because you didn't tend to your relationships, or whatever the case may be, or your illness. Maybe you're plagued by illness because you didn't take care of your health early on. See, you do what you want to do now while you're young. Then later down the road, you're still going to have to do what you have to do, but now you're going to have to do it when you don't have time, or when it's become such a huge problem that it takes so much more effort and so much more resources to take care of it. Do what you need to do now. Take care of it. And you'll have the rest of your life with health and wellness and financial success and all of those things. So delay that gratification and do the things you know you need to do. Eat your lima beans first, guys. And that's the dose.